Hey guys, just got done watching Hellraiser Revelations on Netflix because I do not own the Blu-ray. After watching it, I'm going to be buying that right now. I love Revelations. Best Hellraiser ever. Is it? No, it's not. It stars Tracy Fairway, Stephen Brand, Fred Tatasciore, Nick Eversman, Jolene Anderson, Daniel Buren, and basically nobody I've ever heard of before. So, let's get started. The film starts out with basically Nico and Steven in Mexico wanting to have a wild time. Basically, Nico has sex with a woman in a toilet that Steven was trying to get off with, and all this other stuff to do with puking and, you know, normal teen stuff. Teen stuff. So, you know, we've all wanted to do it. We've all tried it, you know, in one way or another, you know, trying to go off with women, trying to go away and have fun in places, you know. So, yeah, it seemed quite normal. And then basically, this guy comes up to him, who I can only think was like the merchant bloke in Hellseeker, and says, "Do you want to solve your problem?" But in this, he goes, "This bugs," and the guy goes, "How much do you want for it?" And he goes, and Nico and Steve go, "How much do you want for it?" And the guy goes, "It's already yours, Nico." And you're like, "Ooh, yeah, yeah, the puzzle boxes, here we go." So like the first bit of the film is kind of like found footage, because after they play with the puzzle box and basically Pinhead comes and takes them away, who's not played by Doug Bradley, but we'll get into that later. The police give the stuff over to the family, like the belongings. One of them's the tape and the box. The tape is in the camcorder, and basically it's like fan footage. Nico's sister sees him having sex with a woman in the toilet and all this other stuff, and you're like, please, not a fan footage movie. I know at this time we'd had quite a bit of them and they were becoming quite big, but please don't be a fan footage Hellraiser movie because we've done everything else and it all sucked, practically. So she's watching it and then she starts playing the box and Stephen arrives and just goes boom, and here he is. Never seen that happen before, but boom, there he is. And you see flashbacks of Nico getting, I don't know, he's getting turned into, it looks like Pinhead's turning him into another Pinhead. When I looked up the name for it, it was Persuado Pinhead. I have no idea what that means. That makes me stupid probably, but I don't know. Persuado Pinhead. And you're just looking at the character like this, like what's going on? Was he sticking the pins in him? And he goes something about every pin is excruciating pain. And it's like Pinhead is trying to make a son version himself so he can go around with his son and just teach him the ways, like, hey son, let's go and torture some people today. No, Dad, I'm going to play computer games with Chatter and with Butterball, the other centipedes. You know, you're just like, what? What's going on here? Why is he making a mini... At one point, I thought Warwick Davis was going to come out as another Pinhead. Crazy. But anyway, so it turns up Stephen. And I go, what's going on, Stephen? And he goes, I don't remember. It was horrible. It was bad. You know. And then basically he makes out with Nico's sister. But see, Nico turns out to be in Stephen's skin. So it's Nico making out with his own sister and feeling her breasts and everything. Which was great. I really like that because that was dark. I like that stuff. Yeah. Alright. And, oh dear. And basically, then you see this, I guess this flashback. Because it didn't look like he was doing it right there and then. Of Stephen taking a woman, a prostitute, into a hotel room, beating her to death, and then you see Nico pop out of his head and go, you killing her brought me back. Right? And it looks so silly, but it also reminds you so much of the first two, but you're just like, yeah. Well, I was like, yes. Finally, something close to the originals. So he tries to get him to kill more people, and he kills the second person, another prostitute. And then Nico says to him, I'm guessing it's Nico. It's Nico before that. And Nico says to Stephen, I need a male skin. And Stephen goes, I won't do it anymore. Now, let me tell you something. If you're going to help somebody who looks like Nico does before he dies, right? Before he gets his skin back, and he tells you he needs a man's skin, and your name's Stephen, and you're a man, don't say no, because guess what, buddy? You're gonna get it. You're gonna be the one who kills to get the bloody skin. Well, that's stupid. So stupid. I was laughing at that scene. So then, basically, it goes back to him being in the place, and while he's making out with his own sister, Nico, as in his skin, in Stephen's skin, he's snogging her, and all of a sudden she sees this thing, goes, oh, alright, and you know the darkness is coming. So then you get the guy who gave him the puzzle box turn up, and the dad, I think is Ross Craven, Dr. Ross Craven, I believe, in the movie, shoots him, turns around. No, that's not right. Who was it, the other guy? Oh. Anyway, the bloke shoots him. The friend of Dr. Ross Craven shoots him. He gets up, kills him, slits his throat, and cuts him in the head. Like, ah! And you're like, yes. And then basically the guy just seems to disappear. So then the Dr. Ross Craven is in the house with his son, his wife, the other two characters, Nico's mum and sister, and then all of a sudden Nico walks in, Nico in Stephen's clothing, in skin, walks in with the gun, and Ross Craven says to him, give me the gun, son, give me the gun. He shoots him in the stomach. And he basically says to him, oh, you like that, did you, father? You like that? That's basically what he might have said. He starts going about how he made out of his own sister and how he loves to get his thing sucked and how he loves to have sex with people's kids. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Right, let's go on this thrill ride, right? So then it gets over the top and basically says, he goes on about how Nico and Stephen and Nico Nico goes on about how him and Stephen left because their mother and father were having an affair. So the Ross Craven who got shot was having an affair with, what was her name? Not the streetwalker. I'm guessing Kate Bradley. I'm guessing. Let's have a look quickly. Hold on. Yeah, I'm guessing. Alright. They was having sex with, basically, Stephen's dad was having sex with Nico's mum. Stephen's mum never knew, so he apologises to her, right? But then he fucks her life up even more later, and I'll tell you why in a minute, right? So basically he goes, call them, open the box, this is my communicator, I'm going to offer you for me, I'm going to offer you my place of trade, right? So like, how silly is this going to get? Is this going to get more silly, right? So then, basically what happens is they turn up, they're in this thing with all the things, finally we've got the chains back, right? The dad's laying on the floor with the mother holding him, and basically Nico's mum gets her throat ripped open, which is pretty cool, I like that, wasn't that gory, but a horror film doesn't need to be gore to be scary or interesting. So you've got Stephen's mum, you've got his dad, and you've got Nico's sister still alive, right? All sitting together. So basically Nico's saying to him, I want to make a trade. No, it's not good enough. So the chains come down, you know, and you're like, yes. And then what does Stephen's dad do? Yep, he does the most stupid thing possible. He shoots Nico in the stomach and kills him, and Nico goes, thank you. And Pinhead says to him, we were satisfied. Now you've taken away, you owe us payment. What happens? They take the wife. So not only did he cheat on his wife, but he basically punished her. He basically gave her a lifetime full of punishment and torture. Great. In hell. Great. Isn't that great? Awesome, awesome husband, awesome father. Fucking hell. So basically then something else happens. Basically he goes on about how Nico's sister has got this evil seed in her now. And that she will call them one day. And you're like, okay. Now, the movie is 75 minutes long. An hour and 10 minutes of that, so 70 minutes of that is probably the actual film. So they didn't have a lot of room to grow, kind of thing. But the thing is, the film, a lot of people diss the film, and I have to admit, it's not great. But it's bloody well a lot better than most of the straight-to-video stuff. Let's get on with why I think so. The film was made in 2011, right? It reminds me of a kind of fan-made movie. If you look at it like a fan-made movie, or a really cheap company kind of paying homage to the original Hellraiser kind of films, it kind of is pretty good. I mean, it's a lot better than those Rick Bolter ones and bloody Bloodlines. And hell, I think I even liked it better than I liked Hell on Earth to a degree. Let's see. The guy who played Hellraiser, what was his name? The guy who played Hellraiser's name was Stephen Smith Collins. Now, obviously, he doesn't make up for Doug Bradley because Doug Bradley did it for like 8 films, and Doug Bradley had that presence, but Stephen Smith Collins doesn't. But I think all that is because he's not originally Pinhead. I mean, he looked like a really younger version, right? Who at times looked constipated and looked like he was confused. Like he'd be telling them stuff and his eyes would be like this. It'd be hysterically funny. Because he was like for instance, he never said this, but he'd be like this. Oh, Stephen, you are dangerous. It's really funny seeing him do that stuff. And then you'd see it's just funny. I enjoyed it. You saw flashbacks of Stephen seeing Nico getting basically hurt, and I don't know what was up with that mini Pinhead. I've no idea. If anyone can tell me, I'd be happy if you could tell me. So Doug Bradley wasn't in the movie. Well, did it make it bad? Not really. But did it make it great? No. What about the Cenobites? Were there Cenobites in it? Yes, there was. But I didn't like that the Cenobite Chatterer was actually a woman in this one. I didn't like that because in the original one is a guy. It's a little boy, if I remember correctly, in the original too. So that kind of upset me a bit. Not because it shouldn't have been a woman, but because, you know, if you're going to do it, stay original. The film has a lot of problems. The acting is over the top or not that great. And then it goes to fantastic to really bad. And the people just believe all of a sudden that Nico is in Stephen's skin and they don't think he's just gone back crazy. It's unbelievably stupid, right? You know, I did like the film. I can't say I didn't. I didn't think it was great. I think if it had been an hour and 40 minutes, it would have been boring as hell. I think, to be honest, if you see it as a film that is more like, if you're a fan, you want to kind of watch something that's like the original too, in some aspects, even though it's not, and kind of sticks to the source material more, I think Revelations isn't that bad. Do I wish Doug Bradley had been in it? Yeah, I do, because Pinhead actually gets some screen time. Proper screen time. You know? So, I like that and all. But I did like the actors and the actresses in it, but I didn't like them that much. And it was kind of like somebody said was a rehash of the first one in a way, and a bit of the second one to a degree. And I kind of like that because it was sticking to the story, you know. I haven't liked most of the straight to video ones, so I do like the film. Let's see, what else can I say about it? The filming is very cheap to a degree. And it works well for what it is. If you think of it, it's like I said a minute ago, if you see it as a kind of fan film, it's great. If it was another straight sequel, it'd be terrible. But I think it has a lot going for it. I think if Doug Bradley had been in it, people probably wouldn't have minded so much, not put it down. I mean, on IMDb, it's got a 2.8 rating. Right? I'd give it at least a 3 out of 5 because I highly enjoyed it. You know, do I think it's crap? Yeah. Well, I mean, do I think it's crap in the fact that if I watched it again, I'd be bored witless? Yeah. It's one of those films that I've probably only watched once and probably will for a very long time because it's one of those films that I probably enjoyed more because I'd seen it the once, if you know what I mean. So, it's a good film, but it's a good crap film. Like people have said, the cover has Pinhead basically constipated on the toilet. So I'm going to have to buy the film now. I'm going to have to buy and put in my collection just for that. Plus, I like the guy who played Pinhead. I thought it was great. I didn't think it was great in the whole sense that he was Pinhead. But I just liked thinking that he was like Pinhead's younger brother with creating another younger brother. And here comes Warwick Davis later on, if we're lucky. That's what it felt like to me, you know. I didn't take the film seriously. That was what did it, I reckon. That made it so much better. So, okay, so this was the 9th installment and the final one for now. I'm sure I've heard there's going to be a new one, I think, Hellraiser Origins. So when that comes out, I'll probably do a review of that. So anyway, Hellraiser Revelations from 2011. Watch it. Don't take it seriously. Don't go in going, oh, it hasn't got Doug Bradley and it's crap. Think of it like I did. As something serious, something not serious, it's going to end up probably be bad, which is probably going to be funny. And to be honest, it's just great seeing the new Pinhead guy on the cover looking like he's got constipation. So it's fun. It's a fun film if you don't take it seriously. I really hate horror nuts who go on about, oh, if they stuck to the original, it would be better, you know. I mean, I do it with Halloween when it comes to the zombie movies, so I can talk, you know. But that was different to a degree because they made him a homeless bum. But anyway, that's going to be on my Halloween reviews, not on this one. So yeah, watch it. Don't worry about Doug Bradley. Doug Bradley, we all love Doug Bradley. He is Pinhead. But think of this as like a fan film. Think of it as a cheaply made fan film, which just gives you nearly everything you want, including crap acting, bad dialogue, bad characters, but just fun. Just fun. Just turn off your brain and have fun with it. That's all I'm going to say, because this video's been 18 minutes now, and it's my longest Hellraiser review, and everybody says it's the worst. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and enjoy the films, and thanks for watching this series. Take care, and bye.